am super excited to talk about branding today, something that I am extremely passionate about from the very beginning of my career. So today we are going to go over the overall brand cycle. The very definition of branding is a service that is publicly distinguished from other services. So much so that it can be easily communicated and marketed. And that's what I really want you guys to focus on today is yes, let's think about the colors. Let's think about the visuals, which is going to be step number 2. But first, before we even get into visuals, we need to look at the overall cycle. Just by looking at these brands, we immediately elicits a response from us. We immediately think of McDonald's for fast and convenient service, the Golden Arches, right? Cheap, consistent. When we think of Nordstrom, we think higher end, amazing customer service. Both of these are brands. And what's important to know is that both of them have a large amount of mind share. So we aren't Googling right now, what is McDonald's known for? It already pops into our head. And that's what I really want to push today is the idea of how can we create mind share with our ideal audience using branding and marketing. So starting with defining your brand, there are a few questions that I want you to ask yourself. And if there's anything to take away from today's mastermind, it is this section right here, because I can show you fun examples of our marketing and branding all day long. But what I really want you to do is develop your own brand, because the best brands are authentic. The best brands are clear, consistent, distinct, and visible. Step number 2 to defining your brand is to define your ideal audience. When you think of who your ideal client is, write that down. Where do they live? What is their career? What are their hobbies? Where do they hang out? Where do they shop? Where do they go to restaurants? What are their values? Are they in alignment with your values? Because going back to that authentic piece, the best brands are going to be authentic. And so I want you to get so clear and concise on this ideal audience that you have a name, immediately a picture in your head. If you're a visual person, you think of them when you think of your messaging and your marketing. Your visual identity should encompass your brand. And this part is all about consistency. When you think about your ideal audience, you can think, oh, if my ideal audience has a dog, why wouldn't I create my branding or a piece of my branding and marketing around dogs, right? If my ideal audience loves to live the San Diego lifestyle, they love to go hiking, they love to go to the beach, why wouldn't I create a brand that elicits the response of familiarity when my ideal clients look at that? Branding, again, I will stress this, is not just your logo. I talk about marketing collateral. There are tons of ways to enhance it. When we're talking about marketing, there's social media marketing, email marketing, print marketing, listing marketing, guidebooks. The list goes on and on. Here's a really easy hack for you guys. We recycle all of our content. Your messaging for all of these platforms needs to be different. So while we recycle the content, the messaging is different, which leads me to a MOFR. A MOFR is make offer for immediate response. Every piece of marketing needs to have a MOFR, every single one. I have gotten clients who have gone to my social media and said, and have DM'd me to set up a consultation. And I always ask, what made you decide to reach out to me over the millions of realtors on Instagram? They said that they feel like my values align with their values. That leads me back to how important it is to define your MVVBP. Keep that in mind with everything you do.